Tucked away in the Pacific Northwest lies one of America's best-kept secrets, North Cascades National Park. It's a realm of jagged peaks, over 300 glaciers, and deep, untouched valleys that look like a scene from another world. While more famous parks like Yellowstone or Yosemite attract millions, the North Cascades remain wild and wonderfully quiet. In this video, we'll explore the hidden beauty, raw power, and tranquil silence of one of the last true wildernesses in the United States. North Cascades National Park is located in northern Washington state, stretching all the way to the Canadian border. Despite its immense size, more than 500,000 acres, this park receives fewer visitors annually than most US parks get in a weekend. That's not because it lacks beauty. In fact, the North Cascades boast more glaciers than Glacier National Park. It's often called the American Alps, and for good reason. The snow-capped peaks here rival anything in Europe. These mountains are part of the Cascade Range, which spans from British Columbia down through Oregon. What sets the North Cascades apart is their raw, wild character. Vast stretches of land untouched by roads, towns, or tourist infrastructure. The dramatic terrain of the North Cascades was sculpted over millennia by powerful glaciers. Today, over 300 active glaciers still grace the park's peaks, the largest concentration in the lower 48 states. These ice masses slowly grind rock and carve valleys, leaving behind sharp ridges and turquoise alpine lakes. Rain and snow dominate the region, feeding mossy forests and crystal-clear streams. The western slope receives heavy rainfall, nurturing thick forests of fir, cedar, and hemlock. But cross over the crest of the mountains and you'll find a drier climate with open ponderosa pine forests and sagebrush. This contrast makes North Cascades one of the most ecologically diverse parks in America. Black bears, mountain lions, and bobcats roam freely across these rugged landscapes. Elusive gray wolves and wolverines have also made a comeback here, signs of a healthy ecosystem. Above the tree line, mountain goats scale cliffs with astonishing ease. Bald eagles soar above alpine lakes, and spotted owls silently hunt in the dense old-growth forests. You might also encounter marmots sunning on rocks or pika, squeaking warnings to their kin. The biodiversity is immense. Over 200 bird species and countless amphibians, reptiles, and insects thrive here. The biodiversity is immense. Over 200 bird species and countless amphibians, reptiles, and insects thrive here. North Cascades National Park isn't known for paved roads or flashy visitor centers. Instead, it offers over 400 miles of hiking trails that lead deep into the wild. One of the most iconic is the Cascade Pass Trail, a 7-mile round trip with sweeping views of peaks and glaciers. The trail climbs through ancient forests, opens to flower-filled meadows, and ends with vistas that take your breath away. More adventurous hikers head into the backcountry for multi-day treks like the challenging Copper Ridge Loop. There are also hidden gems like Hidden Lake Lookout, where you can sleep in a historic fire tower perched on a rocky ledge. These hikes require preparation, trail maps, bear spray, and respect for rapidly changing weather are essential. But for those who seek solitude and raw natural beauty, the reward is unmatched. The park's most iconic features are its jagged mountain peaks, often shrouded in clouds or capped with snow year-round. Mount Shuksan is perhaps the most photographed, a majestic summit mirrored in the still waters of Picture Lake. Nearby, Mount Baker towers over the skyline at over 10,000 feet, its glacier fields glowing under the sun. Countless alpine lakes dot the landscape fed by ice-cold glacial melt. Diablo Lake stands out for its surreal turquoise color, caused by finely ground rock known as glacial flour. Ross Lake, stretching into Canada, offers peaceful kayaking and some of the best stargazing in the region. Thunder Creek, cascading from the glaciers, lives up to its name as it roars through canyons. These water features are not only stunning, they're vital sources of hydroelectric power for nearby communities. Part of what makes North Cascades so wild is how difficult it is to access. There are no roads that traverse the park's interior. It's a land that must be earned step by step. This isolation has helped preserve its ecosystems from overdevelopment and mass tourism. It's a place where you won't find cell service, convenience stores, or crowds. But you will find silence, broken only by the wind, rushing water, and the cry of distant eagles. This ruggedness also means the park faces fewer of the human-caused pressures seen elsewhere, yet it's not immune. Climate change is causing many of its glaciers to recede rapidly. Over the last century, some have lost up to 50% of their volume. The park's future depends on ongoing conservation efforts and on us recognizing its irreplaceable value. In a world that's constantly racing forward, places like North Cascades remind us to slow down and to listen. They show us what nature looks like when left to thrive on its own terms. This park is more than a scenic escape. It's a living museum of Earth's power, patience, and resilience. It teaches us that silence can be beautiful, and that untouched doesn't mean forgotten, it means protected. The North Cascades don't just need more visitors, they need more voices to speak for them. Because in protecting wild places, we protect something ancient within ourselves. Not for what we can take from them, but for what they quietly offer in return.